Guys, we have to be talking about this. This is my favorite situation literally in the world right now. It is the funniest thing of all time ever in the history of time. This is Greta Thunberg. She has a honorary doctorate in theology, the study of religion, because she is such a good atheist that she fights for the environment. I'm not even making that up. That's a real thing that happened. All right, and currently, her new grift, because climate change, we're not talking about that anymore, because most of that stuff is not relevant. We are talking about other things that are way more important and pressing. Palestine. It's the new grift for Greta Thunberg, and it's hilarious. So she is currently sailing to Gaza to save Gaza. Not even joking. That is a real thing that's happening. It's the funniest shit on the internet. Hamas agrees to surrender if Europe will take Greta Thunberg back. Obviously parody, but very funny. Now, you might remember for other things, like when she used to climb trees and refuse to leave trees to save the environment. She really saved the environment with that one. She describes herself as an autistic climate change activist. So, when I call her a retard, I mean it. She also has been known for beefing with Andrew Tate. Hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cores. My Bugatti has a whatever the fuck. And then Greta's like, yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. And this has 3.3 million likes. All right, this is one of the biggest tweets of all time. Now, the funniest thing is about Greta Thunberg's bullshit. Greta Thunberg and a handful of other privileged activists are sailing to Gaza on a tiny boat to deliver aid. What are you talking about? Deliver aid? This is all just a grift, right? It's all clout chasing. None of this is real. At best, they've got enough supplies for maybe a dozen people. It's not humanitarian. It is the most pathetic performative stunt imaginable. True! True! This is her on her little fucking dinky little boat going to a war zone. Yes, yes. Hamas is definitely going to treat her very well. Very, very well. So, speaking of how Hamas is going to treat her, this is a video posted by a individual, Jonathan El-Khoury. He is a Israeli-Lebanese Christian who escaped Lebanon, and Israel saved him from Hezbollah. And he wanted to talk about the situation. It's a short video, but I thought it's pretty informative and important to note.
Breaking news. Greta Thunberg is off to save Gaza on a f***ing sailboat.
Yes! It's gonna work. Listen, her sailboat versus the Israeli Air Force. It's gonna be close. Who knows? Who knows? Hasan is literally cheering her on. Hasan is on Twitch, circling it like, yes! Yes! She's saving Gaza! Meanwhile, I gotta say, she may be doing a performative stunt, but she has more balls than Hasan Piker. More balls than that guy. That dude does on-the-ground journalism, but he doesn't go to the ground.
She said,
dude, it's the terrorist supporting fucks. They all come together to grift.
It's about breaking the siege. Greta, babes, it's not Moana.
No!
Just say you want to be on a boat.
I'm on a boat! She's on a boat. She wants to be on a boat.
There's no boats to Yemen or Syria.
Wait a second, but children are starving in Yemen and in Syria. 377,000 people were killed in Yemen. 650,000 people were killed in Syria. Why are none of these issues that anyone's talking about? Why is no one talking about those genocides, or those humanitarian crises, or those starvation situations? Why is no one talking about any of this? That's so weird. Because there's no Jews. No Jews, no news. It's the same shit. It's all a grift. None of this matters. None of them are doing anything that they actually even remotely care about. Not Greta, not Hasan. It is not emotionally satisfying enough. They don't fucking care, okay? They don't care. They do not give a shit about anything other than the grift. Just like Hasan, she is also a genocide profiteer, supporting the genocidal terrorists to profit off of the shit that's happening across the world. No one cares.
Yeah, where kids are actually starving.
They are starving there, but I don't see anything about that.
Gas famine only trends when Jews are in the store.
Interesting how that is. This guy's not Jewish, by the way. This is a Christian guy. But yeah, no, it's kind of weird. Kind of weird how that is. Another thing that's important to note, Israel is actually, and America, are giving food to people in Gaza. Yeah, that's happening. Unlike in Yemen or in Syria, where people are starving. But she doesn't care. It's all a grift. It's all performative. We got to know that before we actually dive deeper into the retardation.
Let's say somehow you make it into Gaza.
All right.
What's the plan?
All right. So you get into Gaza, stop the war with your sailboat.
You're just gonna show up and announce, I'm here to save you from Israel. Because the people of Gaza might just say, actually, Israel is sending food, fuel, and medicine daily. And the people killing us, stealing the aid, that's Hamas.
Oh, the people that they support. Pretty weird. Pretty weird.
Quick tip, darling. Hamas doesn't do safe spaces.
Ooh.
Also, did you bring food and medicine to the hostages that Hamas is hiding in tunnels?
No, she doesn't care about them. They're Jews.
Or just snacks for the influencer crew? Meanwhile, trucks roll into Gaza daily from actual crossings. You know, the kind that doesn't need photo ops or sales. So Greta, babes, you want peace?
Uh-oh.
Stop romanticizing war.
Damn, that's kind of crazy. He was kind of spitting there. And he was right, because that is essentially what she is actually kind of doing. And I think that's important to note. Now, this is a crazy video that I saw that I really wanted to bring up before we get into the details of her trip, because her trip is the funniest shit in the world. Like, the clips that she's been posting is so accidentally hilarious. It's accidentally the funniest shit in the universe. You have no idea how good this is. They're going out there with their guitars. They're going to save Gaza. Bro, it gets so much better.
Hey there, flotilla. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? I think what you guys are doing is just dandy.
It's
I
dandy.
What you guys are doing is I want to inspire you guys in your journey to Gaza.
All right.
By telling you the story of an Italian activist called Vittorio Arrigoni.
I think it's important to talk about this. This is an Italian activist. He also had the same idea. He is going to save Gaza.
You must know him, right? He, like you, wanted to break through the blockade, through the naval blockade in 2008.
All right.
And you know what? He did it.
The GOAT.
He went on
the
Free
GOAT.
Gaza movement boat, sailed all the way to Gaza.
He made it. He got in. Guys, he did the dream. He did exactly what you were fighting for, Greta. What a guy.
And he stayed there. And he helped the farmers. And he helped the people. And he got the tattoos.
He got tattoos.
He wrote a book. He even took a selfie with Ismail Haniyeh.
Look at that. You might recognize him. He's a terrorist.
He supported Hamas and
other terrorists.
Freedom movements against the occupation.
Damn.
That guy was the whole 9 yards.
He did everything Greta wishes that Greta could do.
And then, in 2011, he got kidnapped.
What the fuck? What was Israel kidnapped him? No, Israel wouldn't do that to a peace activist.
I mean, who would kidnap him? A group of anti-Western jihadists in Gaza.
He was kidnapped by terrorists in Gaza. He went to Gaza to save them, and he was kidnapped by... yeah.
I mean,
sucks.
What a surprise.
That's
Why
awful.
would they do that to somebody who went through so much to do that? I mean, he was posting about it. He was raising awareness to the West.
Right.
He did everything. But he was trying to defend people who are anti-West, who are anti-everything he is.
Yeah, it turns out the guys that say death to America, death to the West, we want to kill Jews, we want to kill Christians, it turns out that they actually meant what they said.
Doesn't matter what he does. They don't like him. And then 24 hours later, they killed him. They hanged him. Why would they do that?
Bro did not win the Darwin Award. I'll be real. They did not win. He did not win the Darwin Award.
Well, doesn't matter.
That's awful. It's fucking awful. Again, it's a tragedy that happened. But let's be real. I don't think anyone was surprised.
I hope you guys achieve your goals. You guys worked so hard on sailing all the way to the Mediterranean. And I hope you guys get to Gaza and stay there.
It's the craziest fucking video I've ever seen. But anyway, I wanted to just give you a little bit of history. Last time someone decided to get to Gaza. But anywho, we got to watch the coverage, because this is the funniest coverage of the situation of all time.
On Sunday, June...
All right, her videos are amazing. She's going to save the world on her little fucking flotilla. She's going to go to Gaza and save the world.
On Sunday, June 1st, will attempt to again sail towards Gaza and to try to break the siege.
She's gonna break the siege
and open up a humanitarian corridor by delivering aid.
Yeah, we have tea bags on our boat, a couple of saltine crackers, maybe even a banana.
Like food and medical supplies.
Greta Thunberg, the retired climate activist. She realized that the climate grift was over, so she wanted to get on the jihad bandwagon.
I'm so glad people are calling it out for what it actually is. She went on the gayest sailboat of all time during Pride Month to go save people that kill gay people. Right? She is trying so hard to grift. She is grifting way to the end. Her mind is she's so open-minded. Her brain has escaped. We gotta realize the level of insanity this is. This is absolutely a grift. It is nothing else. I brought Advil and Band-Aids, terrorists. You got this, guys.
She is en route and possibly in Gaza right now. It's a little unclear to me, but listen to this from AP News. Climate campaigner Greta Thunberg and 11 other activists.
Oh, the activists! They're saving the world!
Sunday afternoon for Gaza on a ship aimed at breaking Israel's siege of the devastated territory organized.
What the fuck is happening? They're on a sailboat to break a siege? Like, dude, this is insane.
Said. The sailing boat Madeleine, operated by activist group Freedom Flotilla Coalition from the Sicilian Italian port of Catania in southern Italy. It will try to reach the shores of the Gaza Strip in an effort to bring in some aid and raise international awareness over the ongoing humanitarian crisis, the activist said at a press conference on Sunday ahead of her departure. And before I even comment on that vile little troll creature, let's throw some.
Hello.
We don't need to talk about the retard. Operation Let Her Speak. Operation Let Her Try. You know, I believe in these movements. All right, I am a big fan and supporter of freedom of speech. We should let her do the talking.
I am currently standing on the Madeleine, the ship that...
The ship!
On Sunday, June 1st, will attempt to again sail towards Gaza and to try to break the siege and open up a humanitarian corridor by delivering aid like food and medical.
They're saving the people.
The last time we attempted this, about a month ago, the boat Conscience that we were about to board, just a couple of hours before we were planning to board and set sail, it got bombed twice, and all evidence suggests that it was Israel who did it. Oh my god.
Meaning, we don't have proof, but it probably was Israel. That is what it means. And to be honest, it probably was Israel, if I had to guess. They don't want potentially arms getting smuggled into a war zone, maybe? I don't know. I can think of many reasons why this would happen. But also, there isn't evidence that it was Israel, to be clear. Anyway, continue speaking, troll creature.
Now we are here in Catania, outside of Sicily, to try to continue our mission to try again.
We have
the mission of trying again.
to keep trying, because the moment we stop trying is when we lose our humanity.
What are you talking about? This is crazy. I love these people. I love them. They're amazing. They're sitting there in the cafes. Like, guys, stop.
And no matter how dangerous this mission is, it is nowhere near as dangerous as the silence of the entire world in the
What silence? What are you talking about? Everyone's screaming. Bro, some dude just lit a bunch of Jews on fire in Colorado. What are you talking about?
of a live stream genocide.
All right, listen, that little climate, it is unclear to me where she is right now.
She's like actually insufferable. It's amazing with the fake crying and everything.
She might be, I don't know if they're going to let the ship land. She's also not interested in Egypt's blockade of Gaza, right? It's
like a lot of people don't know this because this is a very real thing. This is a very real thing that people don't know. There is no neighboring country that actually is willing to take in refugees from Gaza. There is a border between Gaza and Egypt closed that border. The border from Egypt is stronger and more guarded than the border to Israel. No one cares, no one knows. It doesn't matter.
It's only about those pesky Jews, of course. Why didn't she just, I got an idea for you, and it would have been easier than the flotilla. You could have just taken a plane over to Cairo and then taken a car ride through Sinai and then walked up to the giant border with Egypt and asked them to open the doors. Why didn't you do that, Greta? Why didn't you do that?
Weird.
So it is, as we tape right now, it's a little unclear where she is. Did she get all the way here? Would they allow her to enter Gaza? And what would Hamas do with someone like that?
Let him do it. Let them in. That's what I think. A lot of people are like, no, Israel needs to take on. No. Let her in. Let her in. Let her cook.
I mean, I know they like useful idiots, but like, you know, and also this idea, this climate, everything about the climate change conversation, everything was always complete nonsense. And she was just
she would sit in trees and scream and annoy people.
Avatar for that. But if she cared about
the avatar of all four elements, Andrew Tate, climate change, Palestine, and socialism, only the master of all four grifts could truly attain the avatar state.
The environment at all, the country in the Middle East that she would love the most would be this place, which has done more for green energy and clean energy and literally making the desert bloom. This place 100 years ago, when it was the British mandate of Palestine, and even before that into the Ottoman Empire, it was basically a swamp that was a flea-ridden swamp. It was the Jews who dredged the swamp. It was the Jews who then went to the Negev.
She doesn't care, okay? She does not care about climate anymore. There's something more present to grift about, okay? I don't think she cares about Palestinians either. Otherwise, she wouldn't support the Hamas terrorists that are killing them and that started the war and that are doing all this shit. But that's, you know.
And made the desert bloom. That's the phrase, right? Because they created drip irrigation because obviously it's hot in the desert. And when people were watering, all the water was evaporating. So they created drip irrigation here. They've done more for green energy and desalinization. They used to have a water deficit here. Now they export water. So if you cared about any of the things that you purport to care about, and I know you don't.
Because she never cared about anything. She just wanted to scream and yell and have people listen to the brave autistic child who is no longer a child.
Then you might want to revisit some of your prior assumptions. The globalists never...
Yeah, she never cared. She never cared. So I wanted to show... Oh, dude, this other guy made a video, like a parody. You don't understand how funny this is, all right? If you have not been following... I am only making this video because I absolutely wanted to cover it. I think it is funny as hell, all right? So the parodies have been glorious. Why is it hard to believe that someone can care? Oh, I think people could care, but if you care, then you don't go on some random fucking raft to go and virtue signal. In my opinion, you are obviously a clown.
Hey guys, you've probably heard a lot of rumors about what's going on with our flotilla. We are still on our way to Gaza.
Yes.
And nothing is going to stop us. And we have over 12 pounds of humanitarian aid.
12 pounds.
Delivering to Gaza.
Heroes. Sorry.
Over 11 pounds of humanitarian
Oh, they ate
aid.
one of the pounds.
We got a little hungry. And we are on our way.
It's working.
So hopefully they let us in. I think they will, because we seem pretty non-threatening. And we're dressed well. And so excited to give you more updates. So stay tuned.
Yes. Oh no! Oh no! That's crazy. So yeah, so everyone's been clowning on her because this is like an obvious virtue signal grift. None of this shit's actually happening. And it's the funniest thing of all time. So Sky News Australia dedicated a special Lefties Losing It segment to the doom goblin Greta Thunberg's Gaza trip that apparently ended very badly. So if you like a nice downfall, you are in the right place. Subscribe, because we will cover every downfall ever. It is the greatest drama ever. You have to see some of the footage from their trip. It's amazing. Every time they see a drone pass, they're like, the drones are here! We are literally about to die! We are literally about to be killed, guys! The drones are here! They literally, they're the funniest people ever.
Now it's time for Lefties Losing It.
All right, let's go! Dude, I love how Australia had like a special Lefties Losing It segment to make fun of Greta Thunberg.
She's heading to Gaza on
Yes!
You think the people in that region have suffered enough?
They've suffered enough, Greta! Stop!
No, now they have the little Swedish doom goblin en route to the war zone to save the day.
Will attempt to again sail towards Gaza and to try to break the siege and open up
They're
the
doing it,
humanitarian
guys.
corridor by delivering aid. Keep trying everything we can, even if the odds are against us, to try to protest and do everything we can.
We're gonna protest! That's right, we're going to an active war zone to protest. Honestly, I think all the protesters should do this. I think this is definitely a good move. I think that all the protesters should follow her march to truly contribute, you know? Instead of blocking highways in LA, instead of beating up Jews in college campuses, I think that they should go to ground zero. I fully support Greta Thunberg. This is the best. This is fucking genius. I've changed my mind. She's obviously not retarded. She is not retarded. All right?
To stand against Israel's atrocities and war crimes.
And Greta Thunberg got a little bit of...
No one ever talks about the atrocities and war crimes committed by, you know, the terrorists that are dressed in human clothes, that use human shields, that put their weapons in hospitals. Human clothes. I mean civilian clothes. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, I just see terrorists as subhuman. Yeah, true. Yeah, I agree. I stand by what I said. I stand by my Freudian slip. Terrorists are, in fact, subhuman.
Emotional, or at least she tried to, when describing the goals of the Freedom Flotilla. We really need to keep these theatre kids out of geopolitics.
No, I disagree. I disagree. I think everyone's wrong. Everyone's like, no, don't risk your life, Greta Thunberg. Everyone's like, no, Greta, no, Israel's gonna stop you. And then on the other side, people are like, fucking bomb the shit out of them. Fuck them, don't let them in. No, I disagree with everyone. Let her in, bro. Let her in. In fact, I think other people should join. I'm telling you. Hasan Piker, you need to go on the Freedom Flotilla next. Save Palestine.
We are doing this because no matter what odds we are against, we have to keep trying.
What do you mean, what odds you're against? What are you doing? And go to Yemen on the way back. I'm sure the Houthi terrorists that use child sex slave and child soldiers, I'm sure those guys absolutely are going to treat you well.
Because the moment we stop trying is when we lose our humanity.
No!
And no matter how dangerous this mission is, it is nowhere near as dangerous as the silence of the entire world.
Now just imagine the arrogance, the delusion, the spectacular stupidity of believing that the Israelis or even Hamas give a flying fruit bat about what Greta and a bunch of weirdo...
Dude, a bunch of hippies on a flotilla, no one cares. Literally no one cares. cares? You know what the people in Gaza are thinking, the Palestinians in Gaza? They don't want to get hit as collateral damage by an Israeli attack. They don't want to get killed by Hamas terrorists. They want food that Israel is providing that Hamas is not letting them go to. They're protesting in Gaza against Hamas, all right? But she knows better. Greta Thunberg, the little autistic goblin who cries about the environment, knows better than the civilians in Gaza that protest against the terrorists. What is happening?
Nose ring wearing, pronoun announcing lefty mates think.
Greta Thunberg lands in Gaza, and one of the people in Gaza is like, oh, she's here. They, them are here. I love it so much, bro. This is the greatest. This is the greatest arc of One Piece for sure.
We're on the Madrid. We have been trying to sail to Gaza with aid, with solidarity and love for so long.
They're driving with love and solidarity. It's over. They're saving Palestine.
And we are one huge step closer to getting to Gaza now.
And it was all fun and games and sing-alongs for a while.
Wait, what happened? Break the siege. Yeah.
Break the siege of the silence.
True. But they hide the children. What are you talking about?
But as Greta and her
Oh
mates
God, it's a bunch of hippies. They're so powerful, so powerful.
near the border, they spotted drones, and then came the calls for help.
Oh shit.
Hello everyone, we are reporting here from the Madrid. We are right now at 80 kilometers from Greek lands.
Okay.
68
80 kilometers from Greece. It was Greek drones. It was Greek drones. That's crazy. They blamed Israel for Greek drones. Yeah, because they're just a random fucking boat.
from Greek territorial waters.
It's coming from Greek territory. Oh God.
What happened is that we just spotted a drone and we confirmed it is a drone, but
They confirmed it's a drone. Technological prowess of the flotilla is unmatched.
we just lost visual. We had either turned back or turned off the lights.
Oh God.
We need your help.
They're making fucking SOS videos 68 kilometers from Greece that a Greek drone saw them. Oh my God, dude, stop. Drone confirmed. Call the president. Imagine what the Palestinians are going through. We saw a drone. Imagine what they're dealing with. Then she nods. Yes, yes, I confirm. We do need. This is the greatest arc of all time. The fact that people aren't talking about this is retarded. Dude, I know that like Moist Critical or whatever, or Asmongold, they don't want to get involved in like the nitty gritty of the geopolitics, but dog, dude, you have gots to get involved. This is the funniest shit ever.
Please send this
A distress signal. They saw a drone in Greece. It's over.
Now, this is an exciting development. Apparently, you can just serve yourself chicken nowadays if the servers take too long. Watch as this woman with a baby on her hip loses it at a church's chicken outlet.
Oh, wait, that was the whole clip from Greta Thunberg, and she just covers other lefties losing it? Worth it.
Oh, my girl clowning bad. My girl fixing her own order. I am. All right.
Wait, no, give me my mother.
Oh God. All right. Nice. Love that.
You know, I don't mind that. I'm always getting these breast and wing pieces when I want to get leg and thighs. Maybe
So
if I'm helping
true.
myself. Let's talk about the Democrats now. They're not doing too well. Trump is flying in the polls, particularly when it comes to economic performance.
Plus 8-point advantage for the Republican
I
Party.
love this guy because he's on CNN. He's like a leftist, and every single time Trump actually keeps winning, he just goes out and he keeps crying about it. I love this clip, man. This is amazing.
How is that possible, Democrats? How is that
No, it's not possible. No. Oh my God.
possible after all the recession fears, after the stock market's been doing all of this, after all the tariffs that Americans are against, and Republicans still hold an 8-point lead on the economy? Are you kidding me?
He's so mad. He's so mad. Oh Lord, I'm telling you, it's so good, man. It's so funny.
CNN polling.
Yes.
How is that, when we look for trends, how is that trending with other data that you're pulling in?
Yeah, if it was just this one CNN poll, that would be one thing. But take a look at Reuters Ipsos. What do we see here? Party with a better economic plan. Well, in May of 2024, just before Donald Trump was reelected president, Republicans had a 9-point advantage. Look at where we are now in May of 2025. The advantage actually went up by 3 points.
I'm so mad. Bro, he's so mad. He's so mad. He's so mad. That's insane. No, the country is happy and rich. No.
I'm including the painfully unfunny comics on late night TV shows, are in total denial. Listen to this deranged discussion between Bernie Sanders and Stephen Colbert.
Okay, I didn't see this.
These people exist in a sad parallel universe of their own. Get ready for a Hitler analogy here.
But also, we cannot wait. We have to have mass protests, mobilization, and disruption.
Bro, dude, why are you still doing this? Why are they still doing this? This is incredible. It's incredible. How are they still doing this? They are such clowns. It's insane. Guys, you lost. Stop. Oh my God. Actual two retards fighting.
Is that what it's going to take? Because again, there's 520 more days.
The truth of the matter is, I don't care if you are a conservative Republican or a progressive as I am.
Okay.
You do not believe, I mean, you just stop and think about it. Think about the men and women who fought and died against Hitler, fought and died against fascism.
What?
Fought and died to defend American democracy.
How do you make this comparison?
And I think the vast majority of the American people, regardless of the ideology, are not and cannot and must not sit back and allow us to move into an authoritarian type society.
He wants to fight back like they fought against Hitler. Bro, what is he smoking? This is the craziest thing of all time. Like, what are we even talking about? Oh my God. Like, what is even happening, bro? Like, how do they keep doing this? This is unbelievable.
Where people get picked up off the streets and put in detention centers?
If they're criminals, yes! That is exactly what you do with criminals. Yes, exactly. True. Oh my God, dude, fuck. How are they this pathetic? Every day you wake up and they're more retarded than last time.
Really? In the United States of America?
Just
arresting people for committing crimes in my country? It's an oligarchy. It's an oligarchy. The rich people. Trump and Elon, they've taken over the world. They would never fight with each other. They would never have beef at all. I have to represent my party, arresting people that are criminals. They're criminals. They're getting arrested in America. America's a place where criminals should be able to enter illegally, goddammit.
Absolute derangement there from Bernie.
True.
The American people overwhelmingly support deportation of illegal immigrants.
Obviously.
All illegal immigrants, Bernie. Now we've
yeah. So again, I'm not going to go through the entire lefties losing it, but I thought that was just so real, so unbelievably real. Dude, of course, now Andrew Tate supports Greta Thunberg. I support Greta Thunberg. She's given up the climate scam and is attacking a real issue, respect the pivot. This is crazy, dude. Greta Thunberg got famous by making fun of Andrew Tate, by the way. Let's be real. Oh my God. Like, she got famous making fun of him. This is insanity. Insanity. Like, actually crazy. Holy shit, these people are so pathetic, bro. Oh my God. This guy, the guy charged for rape in England is actually on the right side of history here. Dude, apparently they've been doing some digging, and this guy over here, this dude is on Greta Thunberg's Freedom Flotilla right now. You wanna know something pretty weird about that though? Wanna know something pretty weird about him being on the Freedom Flotilla? Do you know where he is in this video? At the funeral of Hassan Nasrallah, the former head of Hezbollah, the terrorist organization that murders gay people, that also contributed to the deaths of 650,000 people in Syria, that has murdered, executed, and bombed civilians. It is insanity. So obviously people are having a really fun time with this Greta thing, because I personally think it is pretty hilarious. So this guy over here, Lindsey Graham, he says, hope Greta and her friends can swim. I mean, to be honest, this isn't a threat, okay? This is absolutely not a threat. A lot of people think this is a threat because they want to be, because they're cloud hungry. This is being realistic. She is literally taking a sailboat into a war zone. So, you know, people are losing their mind. Oh my God. Why is a U.S. Senator threatening a child? 70,000 likes, 2 million views. Greta's 23 years old. Can we stop? Can we stop doing this shit? Can we stop this fucking clown show? I don't know. I just think this whole thing is incredibly funny. Incredibly funny. A lot of you don't know this, but they recently had a actual stop-off. She's 22, not 23, whatever. Literal child. They recently had another stop-off that I thought is important to recognize. They took a detour on their way to Gaza. And this is the last bit of coverage I think that actually happened. This is the last coverage that I am actually aware about. So this is going to be the end of the Greta coverage. Until next time, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Who knows? They made a detour.
Yasin Ajar, and I'm a steering committee member and organizer of the Freedom Flotilla Coalition. We are currently in international waters. Earlier today, we had a mayday call letting us know that there's a sinking boat in the Mediterranean carrying people on the move. We found the boat with many dozens of people on it.
All right.
Coast Guard for help. The Coast Guard approached us. It was the Libyan Coast Guard, but lying to us, saying they're from Egypt. When they took the people out from the boats,
all right, they saved them.
4 people jumped in the water because they realized it was Libya.
They realized, oops, they're from Libya.
To take them to the nearest safe port, and that is not Libya, that is not Sicily's port. So what they were doing, the Coast Guard, was an illegal act of bringing them.
They have a right for asylum.
We found random people! We found random people! We will be saving them! They have a legal right! Oh god.
And this is being denied.
We will not be letting them home! We will not be taking them back home!
The Libyan Coast Guards at this very moment. In international law, the principle of non-refoulement says that people cannot be returned to a country regardless of whether or not it is their country of origin, if in that country their right to life or personal safety are at risk.
Saving random people is legal. We are taking them away from their home country while they will be in danger.
Who has the moral duty to protect these people who are in the sea?
They're on their way towards Gaza, but no matter where human rights will happen,
wherever the crisis is, they will be.
we have to uphold human rights.
We must uphold human rights, so we will be taking people that we found in the water next to Libya. We will not be letting them back home, and instead, we will be taking them to Gaza. That's right, baby. We are taking the poor, swimming, drowning people into a war zone. We will be taking them to Gaza. They'll be safe there. They will be safe there. Absolutely. According to international humanitarian rights that I have just invented, it is my obligation. Dude, what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't understand. Like, this is crazy. They do realize that they're glazing and supporting the terrorists that violate every single bit of the Geneva Conventions they possibly can, right? They're violating everything they can. They wear civilian clothes. They use civilian human shields. They are launching weapons from hospitals. They are terrorists that started this whole war. Like, what is even happening? It's like, I pick and choose my favorite human rights, and I support my favorite human rights. It's vibe-based, grift-based, political activism-based, grifting human rights, and we are taking those people that we have saved to Gaza. You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This has been my favorite drama arc of all time ever. Definitely subscribe. I will give you updates on the retards. As you know, I will keep making fun of more retards. I am sad that other people aren't covering this story. In my opinion, I think that this story needs more coverage just because of how fucking hilarious it is. But again, obviously, you know, Israel, the whole Israel thing, it's a controversial topic. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Nux being pro-Palestinian and being pro-terrorist. They're literally pro-Hamas, pro-Hezbollah. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, they are gigantic, extremist, terrorist-supporting grifters. All right, stop. No, you're wrong. These people are insane. All right, let's be real. So, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next time there are retards to be made fun of. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, man.